Teams go into the locker room at halftime and make adjustments for the second half of the year. And I think that idea is very much rooted probably in my sales commercial background, that it's a moment in time where you still can course correct if you're not tracking to make your annual plan. But it isn't just a sales application. I think it's true for anybody in business. And I think it's a great life orientation too. It's when we're in the day to day working in the business and moving quickly, I think it's important at moments of time to step back and work on the business and on ourselves. And I think, have these intervals, halftime, it's like, okay, we have 6 months of, I think halftime is critical for this reason. We have 6 months of information to review. That's a good collection of data, inputs, analysis that you can review. We also have 6 months left. So to really be introspective and to say, okay, given that half of the season, what worked and what do I need to carry forward? And based on where I need to be in 12 months, what adjustments or habits or approaches need to shift? And the idea is, you want to course correct. You want to do an honest self-assessment and an honest reflection on the things that are important that you're moving toward. And if there's an opportunity to adjust or improve, now's the time. So checking the scoreboard means evaluating the KPIs, the key metrics of business performance. And so we actually have a dashboard or scoreboard. We update it weekly. And so those are, at a high level, those include the key numbers and how we're tracking based on our forecast. And then, of course, we always have projects running simultaneously. And so we'll evaluate our project portfolio, the things, big projects, change initiatives, things that we were super committed to at the beginning of the year. And are those things still true? Or what have we learned along the way? And just evaluate, hey, we're at this milestone. What's important now and what needs to be adjusted. So that's the dashboard. It's really a sort of an objective analysis of your business performance. And every leader has their own KPIs or metrics. They're different for your business and my business, but it really is pausing to review that and review it with your team also. So out of the outcome is, are we tracking in accordance with our plan? Are we above plan, behind plan? So, look at the result and then have some conversation about what's driving those key results. So I do that best year ever plan. There are a couple layers of accountability. So my partner is, I'll tell you who he is, whether we include this or not. It's Josh. So Josh does a version of his best year ever plan. And we draft these plans and then we meet and we walk through our plans. So he walks through his with me and I walk through mine with him and then we'll discuss it. And so I may offer feedback or a prompt, or we'll discuss a point or something that he's thinking about or is directed toward. And then we do quarterly check-ins. And so this would be the point where we do a mid-year check-in. We sit down with these documents and they're pretty comprehensive that we drafted 6-7 months ago, and it's check-in. How are we doing? And if something's way off course, that's an opportunity to discuss that with somebody who's, doing something similar in the same motion as I am. Of course, his plan's different than mine. He has different priorities or a different vision, but you're getting that support and you're getting that feedback from somebody who understands. I just find that incredibly valuable. And then, of course, the meeting with my team, I feel very responsible for them. I have worked very, very hard the last 6 months, just like everybody else I know has. But I'm pretty intentional too and aware that, there's a limit. Obviously, you can't sprint a marathon. So if you're sprinting for a season, just know that you need time for rest, for rejuvenation, for relationships, for joy and play in your life. So you cannot adapt to change and drive growth on an underdeveloped human foundation.